what a weekend, what a weekend. Let me tell you, I was working for like 3 days straight and I had almost zero sleep, but it paid out, trust me. And in this video, we're gonna check out who actually deserved to take that second place. Was it really William Bonac or was it Hadi Choopan? Because so many people asked me this. Do you think Hadi will win or Bonac? Most people actually had Hadi being second place. And honestly, throughout the whole prejudging and the finals, I was pretty sure that Bonac will place higher. But now, when I checked the video and I compared some of their poses, I may have changed my mind, actually. Because pose for pose, for example like this one, Hadi looks better, Hadi looks more dominant. You take a look at their legs, and you can say that Hadi has better legs. He has better outer sweep, the inner part is also fuller, they're probably more conditioned. But Bonac is not slacking in this department. His legs are also very good, top-notch legs. So they're very close, but I still have Hadi winning with legs. Then you come to their waist, and Bonac has a little bit more narrow waist, but with those small, tight, narrow shoulders, his waist looks bigger. There is a bad illusion that he creates with his small, tight, narrow shoulders. On the other hand, you have Hadi, whose waist actually may be a little bit wider, but his lats are popping a little bit more, his arms look bigger, his chest looks wider, and his shoulder width is just bigger. He's wider to the shoulders, so his waist looks smaller. Overall, every single part of his physique looks better than Bonac's right here. This was just front relaxed pose, not really a pose. But now we move on to the real poses, and I must say that the cameraman and the production was horrible. The stream was great, the quality of the video was really good, so I enjoyed this Mr. Olympia quite a bit. I was working too much, so I couldn't really enjoy it that much, but it was very pleasant, especially for the fans, for you, so I'm sure you enjoyed it if you watched the live stream. But camera angles for making YouTube videos are just horrible. And you cannot really see Bonac and Hadi in the same frame, but I paused it right here because I wanted to show you your champion, Mr. Olympia winner, Brandon Curry, who absolutely deserved this victory. He looked amazing, and I'm really not complaining about him being the Mr. Olympia. Much better than Sean Rodden, if you ask me. Not as conditioned, but overall more impressive physique. Very arm dominant and torso dominant and everything except the legs, and the conditioning could have been a little bit tighter, but still the fullness was amazing, and I really liked Brandon Curry at this year's Mr. Olympia. I think it was a great show. I think it was an amazing weekend. Many bodybuilders were actually off with conditioning, and we didn't have some of the biggest stars in bodybuilding, but the top 3 was really good. Guys were really conditioned. It is much better than watching, Big Ramy, who was like a water buffalo. Anyways, here front double bicep, you can't really compare Bonac to Hadi, so you can see it at a little glimpse right here, and I don't know, I'm not gonna really make any judgment because I can't really compare them right here, but I would say Hadi, yeah. Now we come to the front lat spread, and again, horrible angle. What is this? Why are they showing front lat spread from behind? Who cares about that? But okay, we got it. We got one front lat spread from the front actually, and here we see them both. We see Bonac and Hadi. So again, we go from the legs, and it's very close. I would go with Hadi. I prefer his legs here. But then you see the waist. And the stomach, and Hadi is destroying him right here. And when you look at their arms, definitely Bonac has better arms. But this is front lat spread. So lats are very important, and the width to the shoulders. That's something that Bonac is not known for. Front lat spread is definitely not one of the best poses for Bonac. And it is one of the greatest poses for Hadi. Wider chest, broader shoulders, not better arms and forearms. That's where Hadi is lacking, but overall I still find Hadi more dominant in this pose. And overall stage presence, I think Hadi was more dominant, more aggressive. He really thought that he may even win the Mr. Olympia. I think he expected to be at least second place, and I think he deserved it. Right now, after watching this comparison round, I think he deserved it. But let's keep watching, maybe I change my mind before this video ends. So let's take a look at the next pose. It's gonna be side chest, and here you can see Bonac, who looks amazing in this pose, sure, but his chest is definitely not the widest though. That's kind of an issue. Although it is very straighted, very separated, and it is popping. Shoulders are looking tighter on Bonac. Arms also, I think Bonac had better arms, more shredded, because Hadi's arms could be Sintelish. Could be. Many people accused him of that. who the hell knows what these guys are doing, but to be the best in the world, you need to use anything at your disposal. And I think all of these guys are using synthol in one muscle or the other. But when it is visible, that's when the problem appears. So Bonac, he's probably using some synthol in his arms. His biceps looking too crazy. But Hadi's triceps and biceps, that's his biggest weakness still. And if you're trying to be the best bodybuilder in the world and all you're missing is biceps and triceps, why wouldn't you put some site enhancement oil in those? And I think he put a little bit too much, but it is looking good because he's big. His arms are big enough. They're big enough. They're not as separated. They look a little bit smooth. Shoulders as well, but they're matching the other guys with size. And that's more important probably. I mean, if he had small arms, it doesn't matter how straighted and separated they are. This is not physique. This is not classic physique. This is open bodybuilding. Size matters right here. And then you take a look at their legs from the side also. Bonac is better here. The only thing that Hadi has is bigger and wider chest. But that's about it. Overall, I think Bonac is better in side chest pose. And now they're gonna do a little side tricep for a moment right there. So take a look at this and tell me who do you think looks better. I would go with Hadi here. I think he looks very, very good in side tricep. His chest is super separated and his arms look awesome. Everything is just spot on in that side tricep. Overall, right now, Hadi is in the lead. And they go back to the line right now because they stepped a little bit too far. And they turn around, they face the curtains, and now we're gonna watch their backs. Now again, the camera angles are horrible, but it is what it is. So let's take a look at their back double bicep now. And you can see that Bonac is looking very good in back double bicep. That's one of his best poses. As I said before, it looks a lot like Phil Heath. Now Phil Heath has smaller waist, more narrow waist and wider shoulders, and it looks more impressive. But Bonac is also very, very good. I think he's the best in this lineup in the back double bicep. I think he's better than Hadi. Hadi has very, very big and dominant shoulders. But if you take a look at his lats under those shoulders, not as thick as Bonac's. And also the glutes, not as big, not as separated, not as thick as Bonac's. So overall, this is also a very good pose for Hadi. Not bad at all. I think it looks actually better than it looked at Vancouver Pro. It looks sharper. Maybe just the lighting thing, but I don't know. It looks good. And now you compare him to Bonac right here, and you could go either way, really. They're very close, but I would go with Bonac. I think he looks much thicker in the back department. Yeah, I go with Bonac. And now we move on to the next back pose. And while they're transitioning, you can see who is more conditioned. And I think Bonac was a little bit more conditioned. But let's take a look at the back lat spread. And this is the pose that Hadi is dominating everybody here. He is looking amazing in this pose. These three guys were all very close, that's for sure. I mean, either one of them could have won the Mr. Olympia. And some of them had better poses than Brandon, for sure, especially this one. I mean, Hadi, he has the width, and the mid part of his back is also very, very thick. And I think he definitely is the best here. Way, way better than Bonac. Bonac doesn't have the width, and he doesn't have the details and the wide lats like Hadi here. Definitely not better than Hadi. And also the hamstrings, you can see how Hadi's legs are connecting underneath the glutes. But the glutes themselves, I think they look better than Bonac, but that's the only thing. That's the only thing. Overall, Hadi definitely deserves to win this pose. No doubt about that. If Brandon only had legs like these two guys, he would be unbeatable. But with this kind of legs, he will probably lose the title eventually. If Phil Heath comes back or Sean Roden or Big Ramy gets conditioned, I think those guys can beat him. But Hadi, I think Hadi reached his peak, his maximum potential. I don't know if he can get much better than this. Maybe he can get a little bit more conditioned, but still, this is his maximum potential probably. He really brought an amazing conditioning and amazing muscle maturity. As far as side triceps, we cannot really see it properly. We saw it a little bit when they hit that side chest pose, and that's what I pointed out on that. But right here, the camera angle is horrible. You cannot really see anything, so I'm not really gonna judge it. But I know these two guys. I know how they look inside tricep. They both look great, but I would go with Hadi still. I just must say that it was very close between these two guys. I had Bonac winning this pose down for sure, but now after watching this pose down, after analyzing every pose, I think actually Hadi looked better. Maybe Bonac was a little bit more polished. He probably had better tan, but as far as conditioning itself, very close, very close. I'm not sure who was more conditioned. And absent eyes, Hadi wins this one. so easily. I don't think I need to analyze this one. And he hits the vacuum. He actually hits the vacuum, which is a very popular thing to do nowadays. And it really shows that he is able to control his midsection properly, which is really important for sure. From the sides as well, his abs are very developed. Very complete bodybuilder. This guy right here, Hadi Choopan. Very complete bodybuilder. It was very close. It was very close, I must say, between all these three guys. But who would you say was closer to Brandon Curry? Was there any chance of Bonac beating him? I don't think so, but there was a chance of Hadi actually beating him. Now we come to the last pose. It's most muscular, and from this angle you cannot really see much, but you guys know that in this kind of most muscular, hands clasped, Bonac is definitely not beating Hadi. Hadi is definitely more dominant in this one. And crab pose, I would go with Bonac because of the arms, but the chest of Hadi is definitely more separated and fuller. Overall, I have Hadi winning this comparison. I'm not really sure what the judges were looking for. I am usually right when it comes to prediction. When it comes to open class, I was wrong with classic because I had no idea what is the criteria. If we judged the classic like bodybuilding, Brian would win. George Peterson would be second and Chris would be third, but the judging criteria in classic is different. And in open, I usually understand the judging, but I don't know what they saw right here. How did Bonac win it? Maybe it was different in person. Maybe video is not doing Bonac justice, but we will not be sure until we see them in person. As for now, based on this live stream, which is also very high quality, I do have Hadi beating Bonac. It was very close, but I think Bonac didn't deserve this second place. I think Hadi was robbed. Was it politics? Was it judging mistake? Was I wrong with this analysis? Well, you tell me. Tell me, actually, down below in the comment section right now. And also like the video if you enjoyed it. And please subscribe to my channel for more Mr. Olympia updates and all kinds of bodybuilding uploads. As you can see, I'm working extremely hard. I pushed the envelope with these videos for this weekend. I uploaded so many of them and many more are coming. Thank you very much guys for all the support and for watching. All the best. Bye bye.